So Tommy, do you ever play PlayStation?
I do not play PlayStation.
You never played like racing games? You ever go to the arcade and play those racing games?
Dave and Buster's.
Okay, and you like the racing games?
Yeah, they're scary especially if you get the 3D ones.
Yeah. I used to play the Gran Turismo game,
Oh, so the same of this movie, Gran Turismo. This is an actual game?
Yes.
A real game?
Yes.
Okay, I learned something new today.
This is from Sony.
So is it kind of like Grand Theft Auto? Or is it not?
No,
with no stealing and
this is
violence.
Not, as they say in the movie, it's not even really a game. It's actually a simulation because it's so realistic.
Okay.
The hours that they put into making this game, this game is like the real thing.
Okay, I feel like that about some zombie games too. But okay, well, let's talk about Gran Turismo because I didn't know this was out until you told me about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, 2 hours and 15 minutes. I've never seen any trailers for this. Do I really want to see this movie?
You didn't see trailers for it?
No.
Okay. I didn't know it was 2 hours and 15 minutes till we went to see it. But it was one of those 2 hours and 15 minutes that just kind of flies by and you don't pay attention because it's so engrossing and exciting. And it'll have you... My boyfriend was at the edge of his seat. People were clapping at different times.
During the movie. Not at the end, just during the movie.
During the movie.
And see, after like 20 minutes, I'm like, oh, here I'm about to watch this movie because, Jules seen it and, And after like 20 minutes, I was like, oh, shoot. Well, this is kind of good. Wait a minute. Let me see what's...
Yeah.
And I liked it.
I
didn't notice the 2:15. Did you?
I didn't even yawn. I didn't nothing.
It was good. So let's talk about who is in this because I really did enjoy it. This is something I will definitely watch again when it starts streaming.
Yeah. So Gran Turismo, I don't know if you knew this, but it's based on a true life race car driver.
And see what's funny, well, it ain't really funny, but at first I kind of thought it was going to be like a watered down version of Fast and Furious.
Yeah, no.
I was like, please don't say family. Don't say the word family.
No, it's more like...
But it wasn't.
It would be more along the lines of your Ford versus Ferrari than Fast and Furious.
You told me about that movie. Okay, so who's in here?
All right.
So we got
Archie Madekwe plays Jan Mardenborough.
Did a good job as
Yeah, I don't know if you recognize him from Midsummer. I don't know if I'll ever watch that movie again.
I would because it's so weird, and I know that stuff really happens. Isn't he the one? He got killed in there, didn't he?
I don't remember, girl. That movie was traumatizing.
They did, yeah.
I walked out of there. I said I have to flush my brain. I gotta flush it.
It didn't bother me that bad. It's just that weird stuff that happens in them backwoods where families have owned their land for generations. They don't want nobody else coming on there. That's their commune, and weird stuff like that happens. And when I see Midsummer, I was like,
when I saw that they showed everything.
Oh, they did. A lot of people say the same thing you just said about Midsummer, but I liked it. Okay.
Right. David Harbour plays Jack Salter. You guys will recognize him from Stranger Things, I'm sure. Orlando Bloom plays Danny Moore. I just kept looking at him, and I'm like, man, I remember when I first saw him, I had the biggest fattest crush.
Were you like
the Lord of the Rings?
God, girl.
I mean, now he looks so normal, but
wasn't he blonde before?
Yeah, as an elf or whatever with the white hair.
He was still fine.
That's what I'm saying.
He was an elf. I got a crush on another elf from Lord of the Rings, the newer one that came out on
yep.
I'm like, what is with these?
Video?
Yeah, on Prime Video, which I'm waiting for season 2 to hit. But there's one on there. He's kind of he's black. He's kind of light skinned. I'm like, what is with the elves that are fine around here? Because that's when we first seen Orlando Bloom too, and I still had a crush on him since forever because I just think he's just so fine.
Hashtag elves are fine. All right, Takahiro, you might recognize him from Snake Eyes. Darren Barnett plays Matty Davis, and he's in this show called Never Have I Ever on Netflix, and I really enjoyed that show. The girl, the lead character, it's a series. The lead character reminds me so much of my niece. I already told her that. I hope she watched it. Jerry Horner plays Jan's mother. Okay,
this was Ginger Spice. I had no clue.
Ginger Spice.
Now, what? I didn't even know she was acting or did or what how does this come about?
Real life Jan was like, Jerry Spice is gonna pay my mom. My mom and I love the Spice Girls. My mom would be excited about that.
Admit it. We all like the Spice Girls music. Just admit it.
I like Spice Girls.
We all know at least 3 songs from the Spice Girls, and don't say you don't because if we start singing it, you're gonna sing along. I like the Spice Girls. They were fun. They were just fun, and they were all pretty and all. Had their own personalities. And
I'm gonna say my favorite is what I've Giving you everything, all
See,
the joy you bring.
This I swear. See, I didn't even know I remembered that song, Jules. We were just singing 2 other songs before we started filming. I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I like the Spice Girls. They were fun. If they come to concert, we're gonna go because they were just fun and funny and pretty. Yeah,
that was my jam.
I had no clue that was her. Not a freaking clue.
That's her.
Okay.
Jaimin Hansu plays Steve, his dad.
We know him from everything.
Yeah, Daniel Poog plays his brother Kobe. He's in this new show that came on last year called Naomi on the CW, and I hope they bring it back. Naomi. I don't know, with all the striking and stuff, it might get lost in the sauce.
They're talking about right now, even P-Valley is delayed, as well as other shows, but stuff that we were anticipating to come back. I'm glad we got The Chi back. Yeah, that started I think 2 weeks ago. I'm caught up on those, but I'm glad all of those happened before the writers' strike. But we got to get our writers paid. They are the guts of. I mean,
they deserve to have health care and to get paid decent wages.
All of that. Like when I found out what some of them made, I'm like, are you crazy? Because there have been shows that we know have The Boys from Amazon Prime, Preacher. Breaking Bad. We could go on with a load of shows that have great writing, and these are the people who do it.
And the shows make tons of money, and these people might get paid. They're like, yeah, I got paid $700 for one day's work on that script.
No, and do you realize that most actors, especially on popular shows, get $1 million or more per show?
Yeah.
Per show.
Yeah. To say the lines that these people took their time to write
and put, because they're the, like I said, they're the guts of it. Everything else is built from the writers on up, because you can get, as we've seen, you can get some bad writing with a good actor in, and just like that just tore it up the whole, we need them.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But we all look, support. We want to remind people that during the pandemic and times when you're down, where do you turn to for entertainment? Yeah, you turn to your TV, you turn to your shows.
And COVID is coming back.
I know 2 people that just recently got it. I'm like, what? Okay. But the thing is support, because they don't make enough money. They are what makes the world go round when we're talking about entertainment. So just support. That's all we're saying. Go see a play at in your local neighborhood, or whatever. Go see some independent movies and pay for them. Do whatever you can to try to help, because we've kept this world.
And talking about support, I write these scripts, and we have a Cash App. It's $GottaBeReel.
Which we'll show that to you towards the end, but you feel what we're saying. They deserve so much more, so we want to make sure we support them. Yes. That's the whole thing. Support. Because then now we're waiting on shows. Don't you hate it when you binge in a show and it's so delicious and then it's over and then you got to wait like a year and a half for the next one to come out? Well, it's going to be worse than that if we don't support these writers.
I still want them to bring back Star, but that's a whole nother thing.
Okay, so let's talk about Gran Turismo before we get all deep with it, because we will go there. Yeah. Okay. So what is this about?
As I mentioned before, this is based on a true story. It's based on the unbelievable, inspiring true story of a team of underdogs, a struggling working class gamer, a failed former race car driver, and an idealistic motorsport exec who risk it all to take on the most elite sport in the world. So they basically, this exec gets the idea, since, like I said, it's a simulation, not really, it's a game, but it's really a simulation because it's so realistic. He's like, look, these kids have logged thousands of hours on this. They know the tracks inside and out.
Like professionals.
Oh yeah, sometimes more than professionals.
Yeah.
They've
the one kid knew a little bit.
Yeah. So let's see if that translates to them being a real life driver. And of course, Jan's dad is like,
"Are you crazy?
Are you crazy? Get off the video games. Get out. Get life. Get a job. Like,
do something productive, because I don't want you to be working this." Was it a factory type of job? Whatever it was.
It was train tracks.
Yeah, so he didn't want his son to kind of be like that. But I thought when the exec announced this, I'm like, that sounds insane. Being in a video game, with the 3D and all that, that's fine. But actually getting in a race car, have you ever gotten in one of those cars?
I have.
It's astronomically, unbelievably small.
Yeah.
To the point where I would probably be scared in there, like claustrophobic. And then you talk about going around these tracks, and I'm like, how does he compute gaming to actual race car driving when it is a totally different thing?
Well, remember at one point they even said, you're pretty tall. Do you fit in this car?
Yeah.
Like, I guess I'll find out, because he never actually sat in a real race car.
And it's not the same. And like they said, when you wreck on the tracks, there is no resetting of the button. There's no resetting. That's why dad was so concerned.
Right.
And I felt concerned for him because I'm like, this guy is nuts. If he thinks he's going to take some gamers and put him on the track.
Yeah.
He put the money. Yeah, he did.
They put him to the test. They put him through a camp. We're just telling you stuff that's in the trailer. And they put him out there. So.
That was some crazy stuff. Like I'm telling you, that's why I think when I started finding out what this guy wants to do, that's when I really got into it. Like, oh yeah, I won't be going anywhere. Let me go and put my food on the stove. Cause this is what. Yeah. At first, you know what I thought? At first, that it was like a watered down version of Fast and Furious. As long as they didn't mention family in there, I was cool. But no, this is nothing like Fast and Furious, like I said earlier.
Gosh.
Okay, some extra scenes. We got extra scenes in here?
Yeah, like at the beginning of the credits, they show how they really translate, how they film these cars to put it in the game. That I mean, they are meticulous with these special cameras, the way they go around.
Sit up and in the front.
Real life car to get the real life.
Neat. That was pretty neat, huh?
Yeah.
So he poured lots of money into this, so you could tell that he really believed in it. But I thought the man was out of his freaking mind. When he started, I was like, he's about to get like 8 gamers slaughtered, is what I thought. Like, this man's going to go bankrupt because he's going to get sued for having these kids who are just gamers hitting the track. But
let's just be honest, though. You know that if they made it into a movie, then probably all 8 of them would not have died. Now, maybe one of them. But they wouldn't have a movie if they all died.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm thinking to myself. Like, he's about to get these people killed. Yeah. With this vision that he has.
So, Jerry Horner, Ginger Spice. Yeah, she's in real life married to Christian Horner, who's a team principal of the Formula One racing team Red Bull.
Hadn't a clue. Okay.
So she's already about that life.
So she already know about how it all works. Still didn't know it was her. I'm still looking at the mom in my head like, that was her?
That was her. And he was stoked. He was like, yeah, my mom, she would love for Jerry Spice, for Jerry Halliwell to play, or Jerry Horner to play
Horner
her.
Now, yeah.
The movie was set to release on August 11th, 2023, but due to the SAG-AFTRA strike, the wide release was pushed to August 25th with sneak previews on August 11th. That's what I saw. A Sony spokesperson said the stars can't promote the film, but the audience can.
Which is sad. And it sucks for people like in this movie who've done the work and everything, and then boom, here come the writer's strike. And it affects everybody. It's going to affect every movie when it goes down to. And I always feel bad for the actors, you know, if something that happened to their show or their movie, because they put in all that work for it, and then you know, boom, here comes something new. Something new. Okay.
Screenwriter Zach Baylin cited Rocky from 1976 and Top Gun from 1986 as influences on this film. I can kind of see that.
Can't see it either one of them.
A little bit. I mean, you know, maybe because of the triumph. I mean, I'm telling you, people were clapping.
Oh, maybe because of the triumph, like in Rocky.
The feeling of it, maybe.
I didn't get that from any.
Because people were clapping in my theater like a couple of times.
Like it was.
Jan Martin Attenborough plays a stunt double in the film for the actor who portrays himself.
So that's his.
Which makes sense.
No, the actual person.
The actual person.
Jan. Okay.
Professional race car driver now. He's playing. He does his own stunt
doubles.
Yeah, he's his
own. You play your own stunts. You're bold. You got some skills, because that is not easy. Your body's getting.
We saw in the movies that he has skills.
Your body's getting flipped and flopped and banged and boom. So you're good if you can do your own stunts.
Yeah.
Because they can get dangerous sometimes. We've seen people every now and then you might see that a stunt person, died on the set or whatever. It doesn't happen all the time. But the point is, you got to have some strength and some energy to do that kind of stuff. So I salute them for doing their own stunts in any movie.
So how many clappers would you get this?
I enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a strong 3. Strong 3 clappers. What about you?
I'm giving it a strong 4.
4? Okay.
Yeah, strong 4 clappers.
Okay, I would recommend, if you're going to go to the movies and see it, I would say matinee for sure.
I would say you wouldn't have a problem paying full price. I paid full price, and I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed every single minute, and I didn't feel bad for paying full price.
Yeah. So. See, I'm glad we went matinee. I like
this. Is how we're different. She's a slightly, she's
we both liked it, but
and step down, and I'm saying.
Especially if you're going with a bunch of people, like you can take your kids to see this. There's nothing, sure. And it's cool too, because you got some kids, that don't want to go up being the standard accountant or something. Yep. They want to do other stuff. And what got me in here with his dad, which is something I did want to, touch on. Don't kill your kids' dreams. Okay, I don't care if your kids say I want to drive a jackhammer, or I want to work on an oil rig, and don't tell her no. If she says she wants to be a singer or whatever, or a pianist, don't discourage your kids' dreams. Sometimes parents can be the biggest dreams killers. Push them, support them, let them know they have time. They can do other stuff and, have fallbacks and all that. But don't crush your kids' dreams and just try to tell them, hey, you can't do this. Here's why you shouldn't do this, because this is going to happen. No, that's how you grow up and become a bitter adult from listening to people. Speak life into your kids is all I'm saying. Whatever they want to do, speak life into it. If your son wants to be a clown, guess what? He can make great money being a clown. If he's going to go to clown school, I know people look at that and be like, oh my gosh, yes, they can. Yes, they do make money. All I'm saying is please support your children in whatever their dreams are. Don't crush them. Okay?
I supported my son, and now he's a DJ and he's doing well. He supports
very well.
himself. I don't have to help him at all.
He does very well.
Yes.
Very well with himself.
And he has a podcast now, the Queued Up Podcast.
What is it called? The Queued Up Podcast.
With DJ Aaron Michael. Look for it on YouTube and Spotify and wherever else you get your podcast.
And us, me and Jules, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Cash App.
Yes.
And you can also find us on the FearCon network. So if you go to Connect Your City, click on FearCon, and there you'll find our monthly load-ups of thrillers or horrors that we'll put there for FearCon, okay? Yes. All right. Well, thank you very much for tuning in to Gotta Be Real Movie Reviews with Thommi, that's me, and with Jules, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.